This session we are dealing with how to use an auto increment field. This auto increment field allows a unique number to be generated automatically when a new record is inserted into a table. Often this is a primary key field that we would like to create automatically every time a new record is been inserted. The syntax that's for how the auto increment field is being used in an SQL server is as follows. The following statement defines the person ID column to be an auto increment primary key field in the person table. So the create table person, that person is the table name, then followed by person ID is the primary key auto increment, then last followed by the last name of virchar 255, not null, the first name virchar 255, then follows by age by int and salary int. So when this person is been debugged, see what we find is that we are getting the person ID as the auto increment primary key. So each time a person is been entered, automatically this person ID value will be go on increasing from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need not have to specifically insert this ID field separately. The server side will be doing it by default automatically. So this is how this create table works with the help of an auto increment. So let us now copy up this and just go to the query designer window and try to understand how this exactly works. So here we have got the catalog database. So we had to make use of the use catalog syntax, then followed by go keyword. Then we can just type and paste this. So create table person ID. So a person ID is going to be the auto increment primary key. Specifically with that last name, first name, age and salary will be entered. So we can give an execution button. So we can see that command has been successfully been executed. And once that has been done, we just give a right click on the database itself and give a refresh. Then once the refresh is done, we can open the table and we can see the person is residing there. So the person has been populated. And when we click up the open and followed by the columns, so we can see all the fields have been residing here. So this is how we create a table with respect to any one of the fields being making up as the primary key auto increment. So this auto increment will become more precise in understanding once we start entering into it. So we give right click on person and edit top 200 rows as a right click event, and see this is a read only property. We cannot write, so we can write it as Kumar Suresh, first name last names. Age we can give it as 56, then followed by salary we can give it as 56,000. And when we go for enter tab, see with this the first column is getting, first row with respect to all the columns are getting populated, and we are not putting the I value. Person ID value got automatically generated, and we did not have to bother from manually to enter it, and this was defaultly done by the server. So hence it is known as an auto increment primary key. And why it is called primary key, we'll deal it in the later sections of the program. So we can just give a refresh, and we can go a catalog refresh also as a right click refresh catalog. And once that has been done, we can open up the person and edit top 200 rows. We can see the same thing is happening over here. Now we can just generate the same thing with the help of an insert into the table event, and that comes as the next exercise.